At a pace that feels comfortable for you. First, just observing your breath. And then coming into a comfortable pace of breathing. So as we come to child's pose or puppy pose, if that's more available to you, I want you to just start to scan your body. So as you're coming to your mat, just start to bring some awareness to the physical body. From the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And just recognizing any areas of pain, discomfort, tightness, maybe areas that need a little bit of extra TLC today. And then bring some awareness to the mind. Noticing any thoughts that you're having, any expectations that you're holding on to. And then I invite you to let all of that go. Just putting a pause on the mind chatter, letting your thoughts leave you for this practice time. And then lastly, bringing your awareness to your heart center. The area in our body of compassion, love, and gratitude. Taking a moment for self-love and self-gratitude for coming to your mat today and for dedicating this time for self-care. With that focus around your heart center, I invite you to set an intention or a dedication for your practice today. Whatever it is, something that will allow you to maybe focus a little bit more easily on the practice today. And just bringing that into your heart, breathing into it for the next couple of breath cycles. And then we'll conclude our centering today with 2 more cycles of cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose. Brief pause at the top of the in-breath. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. And doing that again, inhaling through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. When you're ready, just start to come up to a tabletop position, nice neutral spine. Bring the hands a little bit more forward, ahead of the shoulders, and then on an inhale, come to cow. Eyes can be opened or closed. On an exhale, press through cat, rounding the spine as much as you can. Inhale, drop the belly, cow. Tailbone up, look forward. Exhale, tuck in round, press away, cat. Good. If it's available to you, inhale cow or cobra. Drop the front of the hips down. Exhale, pull the navel in, press into cat. And just begin to flow with your breath. Inhaling cow or cobra. Exhaling cat. And just take your time. Let yourself experience each pose. Also thinking of the transitions that we're making from one pose to the next. So it's not just each separate pose, but it's the way that we're moving from one pose into the next pose. So really acknowledging and noticing that awareness of drawing the navel into the spine as you round and press into cat. As you inhale, focusing on your pelvis and spine position, letting the front of your hips drop down, extending your spine into cobra or cow. Then as you press into cat, paying attention to that opposite motion of your spine, pressing into flexion or rounding of the spine, the navel pulls in. So just being really mindful as we move today, thinking not just about the end poses or postures that we're achieving, but the movements that take us there. And we can use that concept of mindful transitions both on our mats and off of our mats as we go about our day and our week. Just keeping that in mind today. Good. Next cycle, cow or cobra. And as you press into cat this time, shift your hips from side to side. We'll start to come into the side bodies a little bit. Grounding down through the hands, spreading the fingers nice and wide. We'll come into a nice easy diagonal stretch. So move your hands over to the left, drop the sit bones to the right. Nice diagonal stretch, opening up the right side body. Pause and breathe, noticing how you feel in this pose. Noticing any areas where you feel tight or restricted today. When you feel ready, making your way back up, switching sides, hands move to the right, hips drop to the left. Relax your head and neck. Pause and breathe. And when you feel ready, making your way back up to tabletop. And we'll step the right foot forward. Walk the hands mindfully up the front thigh and come into low lunge. Think about pressing the front of your left hip forward, tucking the tailbone under, and letting the knee come over the ankle on the front leg. Good. Nice long spine here, shoulders over the hips. On an inhale, let your right arm drop down. Sweep your left arm up and side stretch to the right. And gaze can be up or down, whatever feels best on your neck. So you're kind of bending and opening the left side of your trunk. You might even feel that into the left outer part of your left hip or even the front of it. Good. On an inhale, sweep both arms up, soften the tops of the shoulders. Feel free to flip that long edge of your mat if you need to for a little bit of extra padding under your kneecap. And then as you exhale, we'll take a wide arm twist to the right, spreading your fingers nice and wide, keeping your shoulders stacked up over the pelvis, and just gazing straight ahead or to that right wall. Good. As you exhale, take both hands to the instep of the right foot and come into lizard pose or lizard lunge. So allow that right knee to fall out to the side, rocking out to the outer edge of your right foot. Just either holding here or gazing back to the right. Getting a little bit of opening into the inner thigh and groin on the right, allowing the front of the left hip to drop down. So just exploring a few hip opening postures to begin our practice today. Good, slowly make your way out of it. And we'll shift our weight back into splits prep. So weight's gonna come back onto that left leg, keeping your heart lifted, hinging forward over that front thigh. Bringing your hands either to the front thigh or fingertips on either side of the knee if that's available to you. If not, don't worry about it. But just opening into the back of the thigh a little bit here. You can point and flex the foot or rotate the leg, but we're looking for a little bit of openness into the back of the right thigh. Belly stays in. Taking another inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands back down to the mat and step it back to tabletop. Good. Neutral spine posture. This time we'll step the left foot through. Mindfully walk your hands up that front thigh for low lunge, second side. And just like you did on the first side, you're going to have your shoulders over your pelvis. You're going to press the front of your right hip forward. And then on an inhale, we'll sweep the right arm up and over, drop the left fingertips for the floor. Nice side stretch here on the right. Gaze again is up or down. Pause and breathe. Good, inhale, sweep both arms up back to center, relax the tops of your shoulders. Exhale, rotate to the left. Wide arms, spread your fingers nice and wide. Pausing and breathing. Noticing the alignment in your spine here, being in your body. Good, as you exhale, release back to center. Take both hands, bring them to the mat on the instep of your left foot. Lizard pose or lizard lunge, letting your left knee drop out to the side. Maybe turning and looking back to the left corner, allowing the front of the right hip to drop down, opening into the hips here. Relaxing your face and jaw. Good, slowly coming back out of it. Taking a breath in, coming back to center as you exhale, shifting back to splits prep. So nice long spine, hinging at the hip crease, bending over that left leg. Heart stays lifted, and any movement that you might want to do here, pointing and flexing the foot or rotating the leg, perfectly fine. So you come into the back of the left thigh a little bit here. Back to a neutral spine, planting both hands. This time we're going to tuck the back toes under, come up onto the ball of that back foot, and then we're going to walk our hands around and come into a wide leg forward fold. So you can move your feet out as wide as you feel comfortable. The toes are going to be slightly turned in. If you don't have a block with you, you could also use a chair to just connect a little bit more if you can't quite get your hands to the floor. Another option you have is just to grab opposite ankles here, allow the back of the neck to soften. So as you come into this wide leg forward fold, do what feels good for you. If you're able to allow your hands to touch either the ground or your legs, you're going to feel a little bit more grounded in the pose. And then try to relax the back of the neck very slightly. Just play with that transition of moving your weight from the toes back towards the heels. And just notice how you feel there. A couple of nice long deep breaths here. And then when you feel ready, come up to a flat back. So you'll walk your hands a little bit more forward into monkey pose. So up onto the fingertips, but still shifting your weight back to the heels. Should feel a good stretch through the back of the thighs. Keeping your left hand planted in the center, inhale the right arm up for a nice gentle twist from monkey pose. Belly is still in, gazing up at that right hand. Nice. Pausing and breathing. As you exhale, release back to center. Right hand plants, lengthening your spine. Breathe in. Left arm floats up. Good. As you exhale, slowly releasing back to center. This time I want you to turn your toes to face out at about 45 degrees. Walk your hands back towards your body and then bend into your knees and come up to goddess pose. So you're going to walk your hands slowly up your thighs, and you can take a moment here to just support your body with hands on the thighs and just lengthen your spine. So top of the head is going to be lifting up towards the ceiling. Belly is going to be in. So whenever we're in those squat positions, we have that tendency to kind of dump into our low back. So tuck the tailbone under and really be mindful of activating that low part of your belly. And then if it's available to you, I want you to inhale, bring your arms up to those goalpost arms, spread your fingers nice and wide. Pause and breathe. And just notice the activation in your legs and your trunk. Beautiful. Relax your face. Nice. Good. As you inhale, I want you to bring the arms forward. So palms are going to go up towards the ceiling and then all the way out to the side, opening the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together. Good. As you exhale, hands press to heart center. Belly still in. Good. Inhale, extend the arms forward, palms up, open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, belly in. Good. Exhale, palms to heart center. One more time. Inhale, palms up to the sky, open up the chest, take them out wide, shoulder blades pull together. Good. Exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Pause and breathe. One more breath in. And then exhale. On your next inhale, extend all the way up, straighten the knees, Starfish Pose. Palms are forward and breathe. Taking up a lot of space wherever you are. Good. And then exhale, release the arms down. Turn to your left, face forward, top edge of your mat. Mountain Pose. Palms are forward. Broaden and open across the collarbones. Lift your toes, set them down. Kind of notice the ground beneath your feet. Pausing and breathing. Just let yourself be in your body. Notice how your weight is distributed. Reconnect with that intention that you set for your practice today. On an inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, open up the chest, elbows towards the sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, leading with your heart. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press through the feet, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more half sun salutation. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, lead with the heart. Bending your knees as you need to. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good sun salutation A today. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Ride your breath all the way down. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank and pause. Breathe in. Exhale, knees to the mat, lower halfway, chaturanga. Release to your tummy. Inhale, baby cobra. Lift your heart, pause. Couple of breaths here. So just focusing in on opening the chest, activating the back body. Baby back bend here. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll pause here. Pedal out those feet a little bit. Just kind of allow yourself to be in your body, noticing areas of tightness or restriction. And just sort of being mindful of those places as you move today. So if you didn't catch the beginning here, we're talking about mindful transitions today. So instead of just focusing on the end pose, I want you to focus on how you're transitioning and make those transitions smooth, mindful, and graceful. So as you look forward towards the top of your mat, walk or step up, breathe into a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Bend the knees as you need to. Inhale, press through the feet, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, lead with your heart. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank and pause. Press into that mid part of your back, breathe in, belly in. Exhale from the toes or the knees, low push-up, chaturanga. Then inhale, any back bend, baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Grounding through your hands and feet, taking a couple of cleansing breaths here. Good. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Do a little bit of core stability here. As you exhale, I want you to take that right leg, send it under your left. So you're bringing it to the outer edge of your right foot. Keeping your hips lifted here, just kind of pressing the sit bones back. And then on an inhale, I want you to lower your hips down like you'd be in plank. Good. Taking a breath in here. Now as you exhale, I want you to float your left arm up. So you're going to be balancing on your right hand and both legs. So left side of the pelvis lifts up, fall in starfish pose. Notice the activation in the side body. Pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, left arm comes back down, hips press back, big inhale, right leg lifts up, three-legged dog. Exhale, set it downward facing dog. Maybe raise the heels and set them down. Just taking a couple moments to pedal out the feet here. Really taking up space on your mat here. So make sure you have enough space between your hands and your feet. When you're ready, bring your feet so they're hips distance apart. And on an inhale this time, left leg high, three-legged dog, reaching through the ball of that foot. As you exhale, send that left leg under the right, so you're coming to the outer edge of your left foot. Hips stay lifted, pressing the sit bones back, noticing a little bit of length into the side of the leg and the hamstring. And then inhale, lower your hips like you would for plank. Belly is in. On your next inhale, right arm floats, balancing on both legs and your left arm. Check your shoulder over elbow alignment. So do your best to keep lifting that right side of your pelvis up. Pausing and breathing. Beautiful. As you exhale, set that right arm down. Pause. Exhale, set the hips high. And then next inhale, left leg reaches all the way up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, notice your head and neck alignment here. Pause and breathe. Looking forward towards the top edge of your mat, walk, step, or hop. Breathe into a flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, generous fold. Inhale, press through your feet, come all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, toe heel your feet to touch. Inhale and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Just like we did in goddess pose, you're gonna tuck your tailbone under, sink low. Good, if you want an additional challenge today, fingertips reach for the floor. Still sinking back, belly is in, and then sweep your arms up or to heart center. Notice the activation in your legs. Do your best to stay there. Pausing and breathing. Good, as you exhale, hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, if you're getting tired, you can always skip that transition and just press into down dog or child's pose. Good, on your next inhale, right leg high. Good, gracefully step it forward, come up to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Sweep your arms up, those nice mindful transitions, soft tops of the shoulders. Good, as you exhale, shift your weight forward, Warrior 3. Pause and breathe, left toes point for the floor. Good, gracefully release to Warrior 2. Looking over your front hand. Check your knee over ankle alignment. Belly is still in, tailbone tucked under. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Good, one more inhale. As you exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat, find plank. Good, your choice here, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Halfway is chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Always welcome to take that breather in child's pose at any point. If you're just not feeling it, or you need a little break, any resting pose of your choice. Good, cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Pivot your back heel down so it's at about 45 degrees. Hips are square to the front. Relax the tops of your shoulders. Breathe. Exhale, warrior three. Shift forward. That lifted foot is flexed. You're working towards making your trunk parallel to your mat. Do what works for your body, yogis. Good. Gracefully release. Warrior two. Open up. Look over your left hand. Tailbone tucks under. Nice. Pause and breathe. Keep stacking your shoulders over your pelvis. Relax your face. On an exhale, hands come down to the mat. Plank pose. Good, your choice, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Pause and breathe. Good. Notice the length in your legs and through your spine. Spreading your fingers nice and wide, connecting to the earth here through your mat. Think about melting those heels down for the floor. Head and neck in line with your spine. Good. On an inhale, right leg is high. Reach it all the way up for three-legged dog. On an exhale, knee to nose, cat back. So round your back, pull your belly in. Good. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, this time, big step forward between the hands. I want you to set your right hand where you'd like it for triangle pose. Pivot your back heel down. Breathe in and float your left arm up, triangle. Pause and breathe. Good. If you'd like, partial bind with that left arm. So reach around for the low back or that right hip crease. Micro bend in both knees. So focusing in on opening up the left side of the chest here in triangle. Good. Inhale, left arm goes back up. Reach the fingertips for the ceiling. And then as you exhale, left hand is going to come to your lower leg. Right arm is going to float up for revolve triangle. And you can adjust wherever your hand is on your leg as you need to. Good. Pause and breathe. Good. Big sweep with the arms. Come back to warrior two. Look over your right hand. Exhale, hands to the mat. Find plank pose. And then see how you're feeling. If you'd like, press back to down dog or move through your vinyasa. Grounding down through your hands and feet. Noticing how you feel, allowing this to be your practice, doing what you need today. Once you're in down dog, cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale again through the nose, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, cat back. Good. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, big step forward, set it between the hands. Pivot your back heel down, triangle pose. Breathe in with the right arm. So if you don't have a block handy, just set your hand wherever works for you on your lower leg. Remember, you're opening up that front body towards your right wall. Gaze is up or down. If you want, partial bind, moving that right hand around to the left hip crease, gazing up or down, relaxing your face. Good. If you chose that partial bind, sweep that right arm back up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, right hand goes to the left leg. Inhale the left arm up, revolve triangle. You may need to pivot those back toes in just a little bit, perfectly fine, as you rotate to the left. Try to be light on that bottom hand. Good, deep breath in, open up to warrior two. Looking over the left hand. Belly is in, tail is tucked under. Good, smoothly bring your hands down to the mat, find plank pose. Your last vinyasa, or press back to down dog. And once you find yourself in down dog, release extended child's pose with the knees wide, big toes together. Turning your head to the side or forehead to the mat, pause and breathe. Recall your intention that you set for your practice today. And once again, just taking a moment to check in with yourself, see how you're feeling. Remembering those areas that you identified at the beginning of the practice that maybe needed a little bit of extra attention today, just seeing how they're doing. Just slowing down the breath again. So we'll take one more hip opening pose before we move on to our back. So if you're okay with traditional pigeon, we're gonna press into downward facing dog and take it from there. If you'd like to do reclining pigeon, then right now you can transition to your back. So we'll walk through both of those, but from downward facing dog, we're gonna start with our left leg moving forward. So from down dog, take a deep breath in and reach your left leg up. And then as you exhale, you're gonna slide it forward and set up your pigeon pose. So you're gonna reach back through the right leg, work with the left leg, trying to make that left lower leg parallel to the top edge of your mat. If you don't have a block, you could use a rolled shirt or a towel to place underneath your sit bone for a little bit of extra support, so you're letting your pelvis stay in the center. And then see what feels good here. So if it's okay for you, you can stay here on straight elbows, kind of lifting the chest up, pressing the front of the right hip down and forward. Or if you'd like to take more of a restorative pigeon, you can walk down to your forearms or stack your hands, whatever feels good for you. If traditional pigeon is not an option for you, if you have hip or knee problems, feel free to take reclining pigeon. So you're gonna be on your back then. Making a figure four position, left onto the right leg, and then just drawing the legs in. Making any type of rocking motion or bending and straightening the knees that you'd like. If you're in your traditional pigeon, you can just stay where you are, but feel free to modify arm position or leg position as you hold the pose. If you notice your mind wandering to your to-do list, just do your best to acknowledge those thoughts, but then come back to your breath. And then if you chose traditional pigeon, you can start to walk your hands back up. If it's in your practice and you'd like to move into a variation of king pigeon where you're bending your back leg and grabbing for the instep of your foot for more of a thigh stretch, you can do that. If it's not in your practice, don't worry about it. So pausing and breathing there. And then whenever you're ready, just starting to make your way back into downward facing dog, tucking the back toes under, and then pressing back, taking the legs out nice and wide and pedaling out the feet. And then once you make your way back into down dog, just noticing a difference between sides. Eventually moving your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Again, making this your own practice and timing, so feel free to stay in these poses longer if you need to. But from down dog, we'll sweep the right leg high this time. We'll set up pigeon side 2. As we exhale, send that right leg forward, just like you did on the first side, working towards reaching back through the left leg. And then that right lower leg parallel to the top edge of your mat. Lifting your heart up, pressing into your fingertips, allowing the front of that left hip to drop down. And then take any modifications that you'd like for the pose. So walking down to your arms or your forearms, if you'd like. Finding something for support of your forehead. And remember that we're not moving into pain. We're looking to find a nice, comfortable edge here. Finding some opening into the hips. If you took that reclining pigeon on the first side, you can also explore that on this side. And then if you'd like, whenever you're ready, walking back up. If you want to explore that king pigeon variation, grabbing back for the instep of that foot or using a towel or a strap, you can do that as well. And then if you chose that option, releasing the foot, this time we'll shift the weight to the right side and just swing the legs around, coming into sitting, placing the soles of both feet on the mat. And then however you want to make your way to your back, if you'd like to float the palms up and use your tummy muscles to help control the lower, you can do that. Otherwise, you're also welcome just to come through your side. And once you're on your back, go ahead and draw the knees into the chest. We're just kind of massaging out the low back. Rocking the knees from side to side, just noticing how you feel as we start to prepare for our final relaxation. And we'll let our legs drop to the left side. Extend the right arm out and turn and look to the right. So just reclining spine twist variation. You can straighten the knees here if you'd like, or keep them bent. If it feels good for you, go ahead and blink your eyes closed. Take it back to a nice, deep, longer breath here. Allowing yourself to let go. Anything that's weighing you down or heavy on your heart today. Utilizing the breath to ground you. When you're ready, drawing the knees back in through the center. Just giving yourself a nice hug here, drawing the knees into the chest. Forehead to knees if you'd like. And then on your next exhale, let the legs drop to the right. Extend the left arm out. Shoulder blades stay connected to the mat, turning and looking over that left hand. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Let the breath deepen and lengthen. Take a moment of gratitude for your body, for everything it does for you each and every day, and also for dedicating this time for self-care. When you're ready, drawing everything back into the center, just briefly taking a breath in, and then as you exhale, full body stretch before we make our way into our final relaxation, Savasana or corpse pose. Whenever you're ready, if you're not comfortable on your back in traditional Savasana, feel free to roll to either side, but you'll open the heart up wherever you are. Let your feet and ankles relax, and let the ground support you. Take a breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, big, heavy sigh, let it go. Repeating these words to yourself. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. Enjoying a few moments of peace and stillness.